I'm tickled.
Yeah.
Other than that massive meltdown we had with the line.
Yeah.
At least I don't have to untie it now. Just kept dropping everywhere.
Drip.
Kinda cool.
Some fire action.
Yeah. Alright. Well, do we attack this other thing, I guess?
I think we could still get at it.
Yeah.
Well, at least, take this stuff apart and then see where we're at, huh?
Yeah,
Get the
this
prop
one-
off, get the shaft pulled.
This won't take long to break down. So it's like, it's almost 9.
Yeah, it's after 9 now. It's, let's see. Oh, 8:58.
So the tide was turning like right at the top of the hour here.
Okay.
So we really have like an hour and a half at least.
All right.
We should be good. At least see what's in store for us with these guys.
Mm-hmm.
That wrench that I told you is way too small.
Right. What is that, like an 1.25 inches?
About spanner size.
That doesn't go in there.
Yeah, it does.
There's no threads.
Yeah, the collar.
Oh. Cut that foolishness.
Cool. Well. Awesome.
One-man army.
Somebody's got to do the filming, right?
It's true. That reduced your
Can I have this
workload.
prop by myself?
Probably not. I'll come out on the bent for that.
Do you want me to hand the stuff over and you could start dragging it up the truck if you wanted?
Okay.
Just up the ramp or something? How's that? And I'll just unbolt you while you do that. That sounds good. You got your keys still on?
Yep. Here you go, buddy.
Yeah? What you got?
Hook when you're ready.
Okay. Ah, she slid, no worries. Yeah, it's good. Plug your ears, my boy. Put this back on there. I don't need that slipping off there and destroying my foot. Noose it up here somehow, huh? Mm-hmm. Not quite sure how.
little piece. Whatever you do, don't pull it outwards. Yoink.
You reckon it's just good on 2 flukes? Right?
Oh yeah.
Can't go anywhere, right?
Nah. Your hook isn't actually hooked up there either.
Huh?
Your hook's not even hooked, by the way.
Yeah, no. I'll flip it over the top and then just have a length here.
Careful, Dad. It's wobbling.
So schwabbling. Okay. So you take this maybe, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? Like that? That should be good. I'll just walk it off onto that fluke right there.
Okay.
I'll be on this side.
Okay. And
then-
kind of like walk it down into the hub
Yeah.
and drop it over or something? Or?
Yeah, and we can just like slowly lay it down.
Okay.
Down there maybe, huh, or something.
Can't reach it.
Or should I put it out here?
Maybe up there.
Come rescue our stuff. I think our tide's coming in, huh? I don't know if we're gonna be able to get to this other stuff.
Nah, I don't know. We could just scooch her forward and catch it on the next one. If you want.
Yeah. Or we can just go for it.
Or we can go for it. Depends how those bolts treat us. Oh, and the shaft. Got the shaft.
Alright. It doesn't feel that heavy.
Yeah.
I'm sure it actually is. Huh?
Just be careful, buddy.
Yeah.
Put your finger in that throat and get it pinched off.
Got the weight?
I just have friction.
Yeah.
You must have the weight.
Must have it, huh?
Yep.
Let me get it so it's hanging.
Yep.
Alrighty. Line her down, huh? Keep her coming. Chopping the toes. Do you want to chase the rest of this stuff up?
Yeah, run up.
Yeah, just anything that's gonna get trapped in the juice here, huh?
Yep.
I can at least start breaking these nuts loose.
Okay. So that Preston's fine for that.
Yeah, it should be fine. All right, next task at hand. So get these bolts off here. Yeah, okay, so got all the bolts out. Just slid the shaft in. Thought this was recording, but I guess not. Anyways, we can take this off because water is in here all the time anyways. It actually is sealed inside the shaft alley where the stuffing box comes. The shaft goes through the stuffing box. And so I just tapped this around a little bit. You can see it's cracking the paint here, so it looks like she'll come off without too much persuasion, I hope. We'll see here. So we need to get this unit off right here so we can measure this cutlass bearing and order a new one for it, the proper one. So loud noise warning here, folks. Here she comes. Possibly. Huh?
I'll build this thing up.
Okay. Well, we might have to pick this up on the morning tide.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah. Well, I wonder, Matt, I wonder if we ought to put this back in and then inspect this thing. You know that?
Yeah.
I can see fiberglass. It's a fiberglass stern tube without a doubt. But like, we're not gonna have a chance to like check this thing out if we don't do it now, I guess, huh? I don't know. Right? Or will we? Well, I guess we will.
Put it back in, I guess.
Do we just take the time on tomorrow's tide and get it cleaned up and sealed up good? I guess these are like 3/4 inch bolts probably. What size did you drill them to? Oh, I think we're gonna run out of time, dude. Yeah, it's like, it's hitting the bent now, the top.
Okay.
Um,
Like I can roll them fast, that's how they have them, but yeah. If you think it's better just the way we can just.
well, I could clean this up real fast too and be all right. I've got about a foot to go. And I'm out of water.
Do you think it'll seal the back up alright if we didn't put the plate on it? Like,
That stuff is fine if it's wet.
yeah.
5200 is. Well, this part doesn't matter, so it only matters on that end. This has got like some weird kind of gel coat gasket. Oh, this is coming off pretty easy. Yeah, just go for it real quick. Racing the tide, folks, racing the tide. I don't know if we're gonna make it here or not. It's getting a little dicey. Three-quarter plus. I kind of think it might be better to deal with this tomorrow. Yeah, this fiberglass is beat up a little bit here, so I don't know, maybe we're fine, but yeah, it might need cleaned up a little bit and leveled out just a hair. Yeah, we'll put it back in there to hold the shaft straight. Yeah, I'm about in the drink. Uh-huh. Yeah, problem is I won't have any time to like clean this up with a grinder. I don't think I want to grind now.
Yeah.
I'm deep.
Hanging there.
I'm pretty deep. Well, we're not gonna make it, so we'll just poke that back in the hole. We'll throw a couple of nuts on it and slip the shaft back. Like I say, this isn't a seal at all, it's just a cutlass, but what it's gonna do is it's gonna keep that shaft centered in this hole, and that'll help keep it centered on the other end where the shaft packing is. And that's pretty important that that's tight so it doesn't leak and fill the boat up with water tonight.
You
So,
want me to slide that back before you jam that back in, Dad? Is there a lip that's gonna hang on?
yeah, you could go ahead and slip it back a little bit. I guess this wheel's okay there, huh?
Yeah, that's fine. I don't think anybody will go swimming for it, do you?
I reckon not. They do, they're hungry. Yeah, okay. Right there is probably all right if you've got a good sealing surface there.
Yeah, it should be good.
What's that?
I'll pack up packing again.
Yeah, let me get the piece in here first.
Yeah, sure.
I'm just cleaning off the rest of this. So close too. Yeah, I probably need another half hour. Be on the safe side.
No use in rushing. Right?
Well, the problem if it leaks, then we're just gonna be here tomorrow anyway, so
Yeah.
it's all good. What's that?
Almost feels like the boat's starting to move a little bit.
I don't think so.
No. See without a sight line, I guess.
Yeah.
Standing apart.
Nah, there's nothing there's nothing underneath for buoyancy.
Just be that.
Yep. Get on there, you. See if you can maybe just tug on the shaft to touch.
Okay, my way. Oh, my way. My way.
Yeah. Okay, never mind. So it's ornery to go back on as it was to come off. Yeah, if you have good material right there, you can tighten it up now.
Okay.
If you need to shove it back this way, that's cool too.
It should be good, but if you need it.
Nah, it's centered up here.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna run this all the way back in. I'm just gonna snug these bolts up a bit. It's like not gonna go anywhere, so should be all right. Right? All right, guys, I guess that's it. We're getting too deep. We just about accomplished our goal. That's all right. We'll knock it out in morning tide. Best not rush this stuff anyways. Got to hold for a little while without leaking, or it's going to give us lots of problems inside.
All right. Got our packing bolts tightened up, or loosened up rather. All right, so we'll pull the shaft out.
You want to just put a couple of blocks underneath there to keep it up, or kick me one of those maybe. And I'll just put it right here. Okay. Put it on top of that 4x. There you go. That'll be a little easier to gauge the height. That might be a little too far. Pick up on it just slightly.
Must be just hitting some wear or something with the packing.
Yeah, it might be. A little more, I guess.
Or maybe some crust from the stern tube. Hard to say, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm very excited to get this out of here, and now we can get this last area addressed right here. This is literally what keeps all the water out of the boat right here. So this is probably one of the most important parts on a vessel. I mean, as far as the running gear goes. If this fails right here, then you have uncontrolled flooding. And depending on how you're set up forward, you know, that can sink a vessel. So we actually have another one of these packing glands that's going to go on the engine room side. And so if any of this was ever to fail and we had flooding in here, or even maybe a shaft alley hatch for that matter, and you had uncontrolled flooding into the shaft alley, we can compress this gland on the engine room side, 2 bolts, tighten it up, cuts off the flow, and completely isolates this. So it's kind of a good setup. Hopefully something we never need to do, but it is there.
Yeah, a little safety measure.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, if you had a hatch or something that failed for some reason, the gasket, or started leaking and you couldn't keep up with it with this pump, then you're going to have water going in the bilge. And it's just good to have kind of redundancy in that term. It's something that you could easily just pinch off that flow of water and then get it pumped out and deal with your problem. So before we remove this packing gland here, we'll just go ahead and put a plug in here again with our string, and we can stretch the string line and we'll get our bearing blocks laid out. We hadn't done that yet. Kind of meant to get to it before we remove the shaft, but it really doesn't matter.
Nope, we have this
straight line's a straight line, so
little stub of old shaft there that we're gonna stick in the packing gland there. So.
Yeah, and that way once the water comes up, we can loosen these up. If we got water coming out, we know that our soft patch on the back, where the cutlass bearing is not watertight, and we can address that before we completely remove all of this stuff and find out that we have a leak. I think that would go a little more smooth now. Should at least just pull that off now. Well, we got our prop lugged up into the truck this morning. That wasn't too bad. Must be around 150 pounds.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, there we go.
Here you go.
Hold it a sec.
Put this under your thing so it doesn't slam onto that concrete.
Just go kind of slow here because of studs. All right, now we're clear.
Try spinning. There it goes.
See the packing right there. All right. So right here is some of the packing in here. So this is what actually gets compressed and creates a seal against your shaft and your stuffing box. So there's several layers of this stuff in there. It used to be flax. They've got some other kinds now. Like, oh, I guess graphite. Yeah, graphite impregnated ones that are really good. They're pretty superior than the old ones. I think these have like a flax with paraffin in them or something like that. So anyways, old school, it's worked forever. But I think we'll probably test out the new stuff and see how it is.
Well, I think we put some on the fishtail when we redid the rudder packing.
A mess out of here, so I think it's just hanging up on this stuff a little bit. Probably the shaft keyway or something. Alrighty, try her again. Nice and greasy in there. Well, it must be getting pretty close, yeah?
Yeah, I would think so.
Alright, let me dig a little more of this stuff out. I think it's been binding up on it.
Yeah.
Out of here. Alright, well.
See, we can put a bar across here and just
Yeah.
chain hoist there.
Yeah, or a ratchet strap or something.
Yeah. All right, so we got our little setup here. Just have an aluminum bar going through that hole we cut the other day onto a piece of line with a loop on it and to a ratchet strap. It's a half hitch and a clove hitch here. Tends to hold shaft type items pretty well.
And ratchet away, my good man. That's gonna slip there.
Slipping.
Into seize on that.
Oh, yeah, it's slipping.
Line.
Booger.
You know what? Put that half hitch right in those that scallop
Okay.
if you can.
I got enough here to be one, I think.
There you go. Take up the slack too. Yeah, there you go. That'll fall right in that scallop on each side. Yeah, so those scallop marks in the tail shaft here, that's how the old ones were made. I guess the new ones are a little different.
Yeah, that was interesting to find out.
Yeah.
Just a single hole through the middle and the bolt going through it. It seems small, but yeah. All right, ready?
Yep.
Yeah, that's better.
Alright. Give it a little twist here again, huh?
Yep. Oh yeah. That pressure is helping. Ready?
Just pick up on it lightly. That was maybe a little high. Okay. Yeah. Pull out a little more.
Oh, there it goes.
Yep, couple more pieces of packing there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now she's just coming.
Uh-oh, I see some blue bottom paint on that shaft. We must be close, Matt.
Uh-huh.
Ew.
Right.
That packing's gross. Greasy. Alrighty, ready?
Yep.
Whoa! Alright, oh boy, that thing's long. What's this gonna set us back? A gazillion dollars. Alright, well, yeah, excellent.
Cool.
All right, here is just a stub of our old shaft. That was in the engine room side. So this was the old steel one. We can slide this in here and we'll tighten it down. And that way we know we still have a watertight seal between us and the ocean. And then once the tide comes back in, we can loosen this up. And if we have water coming out, we know that our soft patch on the back is not good enough, and I guess we'll just have to address it.
Mm-hmm.
We should be able to deal with it on the small tide again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of crust at this end. How that must have been behind the cutlass fixture back there. Just a buildup of junk.
Yeah. So there's a grease fitting on this, and so this is just grease that's been pumped in over the eons and migrated its way back along the shaft.
Mm-hmm. Like this part's clean, kind of in the middle of the tube, unless it just got squeeged off.
I think it got squeeged off.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of it's probably on that packing. We
Yeah.
should be able to reuse that right now.
Yeah.
And we'll just jam it back in there.
Cool. Well, I guess first things first, wipe this grease off this thing before it gets everywhere.
Yep, if you want to do that, I can go take that the cutlass housing off
Yeah.
outside and get that prepped.
Okay.
Get ready. I'm just gonna hit it lightly with the grinder and flatten it off. And
Yeah, sounds good.
all right, well, yeah. So when we put this back up last night, I just ran it in there far enough to get the nuts on it and just sucked it in a little bit. Just needed to keep the shaft centered is all. So no use pushing it all the way in there again and have to fight it to get it back out. So just pop that off and we are good to go. And that's basically what it looks like. You can see there's a fiberglass tube inside. That's the stern tube. Runs all the way forward. Butts up to the other packing gland. So yeah, we'll have to come in here and clean this up a little bit. You can see it lifted off that layer mat right there a bit. I am actually tempted to deal with this now, but I think I'll just clean it up good and then see what we got. Because I know that is just going to get damaged again when we take that plate off. It's whatever I put on there, it's just going to tear it off again. So it's probably best just to leave it alone. We'll get a good seal around the outside perimeter of that, and another secondary one here. We shouldn't have any problems.
Yep. See, a little bit of that bolt is eaten away, but the other ones look pretty good, huh?
It is?
Well, one thread's gone.
Oh. Huh.
I don't know if those are just like some all thread or if there's a head bedded in there.
I'm guessing that they're like threaded, like a wood screw thread, but I don't know, that might just be a bad assumption too. I don't know what we'll do about that. I guess we'll clean them up good and try and figure that out. Maybe we will just end up going to the yard for this last part of this. We'll see. See where we're at. Right?
Yep.
Other than that, this all looks like it's in good shape. I'll go back up and chip the rest of this junk out. I'm just going to give this a quick buff with the with the grinder there, and we'll get our holes drilled and slap this patch on here.
Grab the flashlight too.
Yeah, we'll do a little inspecting here. Alright guys, got this space cleaned up. Dad just over here making the plate, drilling the holes. Got the tide starting to come in here, so not too much longer we'll be underwater. Seemed like it fit a little bit better, like
that one's fairly close
like
that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the hole is a long ways away from the bolts, so we'll just put plenty of goop around the bolts. Make sure that the water doesn't come through, and then probably bring a 5200 around the hole itself. We'll probably go the extra mile and go all the way around the border too.
Yeah.
Because we like using lots of goop. Better to have lots than not enough.
5200 is your friend. Maybe we'll get an expanding plug too. I think actually if we just used it on the other end, that might
Yeah.
be fine.
I think that'd be good. Like you say, then you can, well, you just pull it out and see if you have water in there. And if you do, then shove it back in. Till later. No, we should have set the cutlass bearing on there and gone off those, huh?
Mm-hmm.
We should have just set that on there and gone off those.
Yeah, I probably could have marked it or just I should have measured it, but I didn't.
It's all good.
I was being lazy, so now I'm gonna pay the price. I'll just open
Right.
up these three
Yep.
and see if we can just shift it a hair.
Okay.
No matter how careful you are, you'll end up with this stuff everywhere. Your clothes, your fingers, your hair. Amazing stuff, really.
Truly is.
Okay. I always get these caulking guns with this octagonal shaft. Don't get those cheap little thin sheet metal ones. They will only betray you and make you angry. Especially when working with this stuff, it's pretty thick. Really helps to warm it up if you can. Ours is cold, so it's going to be probably hard to squeeze out.
Might need to make the hole bigger, I'm not really sure. I made it small to start with.
Oh, on the end here?
Yeah.
Ah, should be okay, I think.
Ah, there you go.
Now they've got those, for like engine sealant, like gasket sealant and stuff. They have those cool pressurized cans now.
There we go.
You know what I'm going to do is put way too much of this stuff on here, and then it's going to be like, just come back around the outside with it on.
Yeah. Well,
And
if it tears off this glass, then we'll just, we plan on fixing it up anyway, a little delamination there and
Yeah.
stuff, so.
It's just got basically a layer of chop strand on top. Right here, there's a little bit of roving there, but it shouldn't hurt it too bad. on me. And I'm just gonna put a bead around this too. What do you think?
Looks good.
Good?
Yep. Work. Yeah.
Just like that, huh?
Yep.
We'll keep it plugged on the other side too. Actually, we're gonna laminate a big, huge, thick piece on the other side. So once it's laid up, it ain't gonna matter none. And we'll just.
Did I have enough paint, Bill? I think so, yeah.
This will help isolate the layers and make it even more impossible to get off. I should have remeasured this after pulling that off. It was pretty hard to guesstimate with these nuts full of crud.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yep. Not like it's a permanent thing. Nice.
Alrighty, that should do it, huh?
Yeah. That'll do. Good and messy.
And we'll repurpose big old flatties off of our prop puller that served us well yesterday. Oh, it's backwards. Can't have that. Have a nice rounded side out. I don't think I need any more sealant on here, do I?
No.
Just gonna choke these threads up and aggravate us. And got a couple of jam nuts, so we'll go ahead and wrap this this strap. Comes down here, kind of acts as a grounding plate. We'll hook those back up and let it eat up this zinc first before the aluminum. We're in the water already.
We are. My feet are getting cold.
Oh boy, I only have like a few minutes before it's gonna find that hole in my boot. I should go get my waders on again. I was actually a little chilled last night after I was done with that long waiting episode. I was warm until I took my waders off and I lost all my insulation. This is really a weird thing. Alright. How he's squeezing out
Squeezing.
over there.
Nice,
Oh,
nice.
yeah. Just this stuff, you just wet your finger and smear it around. And then you can spend the next 3 weeks trying to get it out of your fingerprints. Or you can use a glove. That might be the wiser choice.
Yep.
Oh, that looks pretty good, huh?
Yeah, that looks good. Looks like full contact.
I know that this is gonna be a bear to get off of here. Now, actually, if you just take the torch and you heat this stuff up a little bit, that helps soften it a little. I got good squeeze out, so that's nice. Alright, I don't know how hard to torque this down. That's probably good, huh?
That's enough.
I'll leave some sealant in there, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And now we'll just kind of wrap this around here so I can cut my fingers and put some gloves on so I don't. It's not us. Let's see if we can get that to stay in there. Getting some measurements, eh?
Yeah.
Here, let me sight you off the bottom here. It would be right there.
That is 6'4" up to the water line at the stabilizer pole.
6'4".
Yep. The blue water line. It's the pole.
Okay.
It's 5'6" up to the bottom of the packing, from the bottom of the rudder shoe.
To the square block.
Yep, to the inside of it.
Okay. What is it?
5'6".
5'6", really?
And that here, 5'6", same thing.
Yeah, so 5'6" to the bottom of that square block. And we could check up here too.
Sure.
And just do the same. You can measure okay off of that one, huh?
Yep.
So up to the water line. Go back a hair to the end of your block. There you go. What you got there?
That is 6'1".
6'1". Oh, that gives us a pretty good idea.
5'11".
5'11". Yeah. Alrighty, well, we got some numbers recorded here, so
Yeah.
we shall have to review this and write that stuff down somewhere.
Should all be, it's an even keel, so
Uh-huh.
it'll all be the same all the way forward, I suppose.
Yeah.
Well, it was good work.
Yeah, it's good to get that done. Now we can move on.
Yep.
Procuring equipment and parts and materials is always a big part of this job. Takes a lot of time researching stuff and making phone calls and getting things ordered, so that's one big thing that we can check off our list here. Hopefully there's no problems with materials. I don't think there will be, but we've got a little bit anyways. Well, let's carry on. I guess we'll get the rest of our mess cleaned up here. Oh, look at that. Trying to sneak up on us again.
Yep.
Henri.
I do believe it's deeper than last night. Oh, never mind. It was halfway up the bend.
That's coming in fast.
Yep. All right, everyone. Well, that's about it for this episode.
Yeah, we got the work done on the grid that we needed to. We got the shaft pulled out. Well, we got the prop off, got the shaft pulled out, and we removed the housing for the cutlass bearing and blanked that off, so should be all sealed up, and we can get the rest of the work done on the inside bulkhead where the shaft packing is, where the stuffing box is.
Start getting all that area finished up, get the rest of our concrete poured and glassed over, and that aft bulkhead built up.
Yeah, that last little bit of work right there.
Yep.
So, fingers crossed we don't have a torrent of seawater coming in through anywhere.
Yeah.
If we do, we'll be back on the grid, I guess. We're waiting to get in the yard to finish up, but we should be good to go.
Yeah, I think we'll be good.
Yeah.
So, thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, we'll see you again soon.
Yep. See you guys next time.